We never go anywhere.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the bottom 2 hours of the Guard of Hounor to the public officers. Any member from now, the public officers of the party is nominated and handed over the party to the party of the Islamic program. I'm going to hear that shortly. And this is the ladies and gentlemen, this is the Islamic.
And some more musical interlude to respect the arrival of the Chief of Defense Staff. Thank you. Thank you, band. Thank you. Any moment from now, Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're expecting the arrival of the Chief of Defense Staff. While expecting the arrival of Chief of Defense Staff, we want to recognize the presence in our midst this moment of some of our federal permanent secretaries in the ministries, some of the chief executives of parastatals, chairmen of statutory commissions, heads of paramilitary and security agencies. You are all heartily welcome, sir. This is announcing the arrival of the Chief of Defense Staff, just been received there by the Commander Guards Brigade. We listened a short while ago to the general salute that heralded the arrival of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Locke Rabo. You are heartily welcome, sir. While still expecting dignitaries for this very unique occasion of the milestone of the 2022 Democracy Day Parade, we want to recognize some dignitaries in our midst this moment. We have the Corps Marshal of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Dr. Boboyo Yeyemi, MFR. You're welcome, sir. We also have the Acting Controller General, Nigeria Immigration Service, Idris Issa Jere. You're welcome, sir. We have Controller General, Federal Fire Service, Engineer Abdul Ganiu Jaji, and is represented by ACG Samuel Olumode. Is in charge of Procurement. You are heartily welcome, sir. At this juncture, Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, very senior military officers, we want to quickly take a close look at the resume of the parade commander for this epoch-making occasion. It is a very unique occasion, the 2022 Democracy Day Parade, Presidential Parade at the Eagle Square in Abuja here. The parade commander, who doubles as the commanding officer of the prestigious 7th Guards Battalion of the Nigerian Army, is Lieutenant Colonel Salim Yusuf Hassan. He was born on 6th May 1984 in Kano town. He hails from Fege local government area of Kano State. He attended Kano Capital School for his primary education and later went to the Nigerian Military School, Zaria. He's an ex-boy before gaining admission into the Nigerian Defense Academy as a member of the 53rd Regular Course in September 2001. He bagged a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Mechanical Engineering from the Nigerian Defense Academy in 2005 and was commissioned into the Nigerian Army as a second lieutenant on 29 September 2006. Lieutenant Colonel S.Y. Hassan is of the Nigerian Army Infantry Corps and has attended all courses commensurate to his rank. These courses include Young Officers Course Infantry and Motor Platoon Commanders Course at the Nigerian Army School of Infantry, Jaji, Young Officers Course Armor at the Nigerian Army Armor School, Bauchi, and Warrior Leaders Course at the Warrant Officers Academy, Jaji. He also attended Infantry Company Commanders Course at the Army War College, Mao, that's in India. Additionally, he had his junior and senior staff courses at the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College and Defense Services Command and Staff College, Bangladesh, respectively. Lieutenant Colonel Hassan also attended the Security Sector Reforms course at the Austrian Study Center for Peace and Conflict Resolution in Austria. He also holds a postgraduate diploma in public administration from Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, as well as a master's degree in military studies and strategy from the Bangladesh University of Professionals, obtained in 2016. Lieutenant Colonel Hassan's career experience spans command, staff, and instruction. Some of the appointments he held are platoon commander of 4 Guards Battalion, administrative officer of Guards Brigade Garrison, and staff officer 3 G7 training at the headquarters Guard Brigade. Others are acting senior instructor, cadet training wing at the Nigerian Army School of Infantry. Staff officer 2 exercises at the Army Headquarters Directorate of Training and Operations, military assistant to the Chief of Training and Operations Army, and commanding officer rear 3 Battalion Warri. He was also a directing staff at the Armed Forces Command and Staff College before his posting to the prestigious 7th Guards Battalion, Nigerian Army, Presidential Guards Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel S.Y. Hassan took over the command of 7th Guards Battalion on 2nd February 2021. The officer is happily married and the union is blessed with children. At his leisure, when time permits, he enjoys riding horses naturally, enjoys reading and playing football. A very brief resume of the Parade Commander 2022 Presidential Parade at the Eagle Square, Abuja here. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, while expecting more dignitaries at this juncture, the microphone swings over to my co-announcer at the announcer's box, Captain Godfrey Anebi Abakwa. Captain Abakwa, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Major Paul Abba, retired. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, it is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation. As we anticipate the arrival of more dignitaries, kindly permit me to acquaint you with the origin of colors and ceremonial parades. The carriage of colors on ceremonial parades in the military is an ancient tradition which dates back to centuries. The origin of colors began in the early days when men fixed their family badges to a pole and held it aloft in battle for the dual purpose of indicating their positions and as a rallying point should the occasion arise. When armies began to adopt a system of regimentation at the beginning of the 17th century, each company was allotted a color, a custom which persisted till present day, known as trooping and presentation of colors. It will interest you to know that the sight of the colors creates a feeling of pride in soldiers and ex-soldiers. From ancient history, it has served as an inspiration for heroic acts of self-sacrifice. Since then, colors have become the symbol of the fighting spirit of a regiment, because they bear the battle honors and badges granted to the regiment in commemoration of the gallant deeds performed by its members from the time it was raised. In the olden days, victories were sometimes expressed in the terms of numbers of enemy soldiers captured. This association of the colors with the heroic deeds of the unit decorated on them has led to the custom of regarding the colors with veneration. The fact that colors are consecrated and presented before being taken into use and are laid up in sacred buildings after service helps to maintain the atmosphere of veneration with which they are surrounded by. Still talking about colors, on parade, colors are presented to combat and combat support units and regiments only. It is the responsibility of the combat unit presented with the color to protect it. The capture of these colors means defeat in battle situation. In line with regimentation, these colors are retired after every 10 years and new ones issued by the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In line with this age-long tradition, we have 4 colors in the color party for today's parade. And the colors are, of course, carried by commissioned officers who are called the ensigns to the colors. Colors carried during ceremonial parades are called the national and regimental colors. And on parade this historic morning, we have the national color, the Nigerian Army Regimental color, the Nigerian Navy color, and the Nigerian Air Force color. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in a short while from now, we shall be expecting the arrival of the Minister of Defense and the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory. As we anticipate their arrivals, may I please recognize the presence of permanent secretaries of ministries and directors general of parastatals who have come to witness this auspicious occasion. Your Excellencies, the service chiefs, may I at this moment announce the arrival of the Honorable Minister of Defense and the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, just being received there by the Commander Guards Brigade. Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. The fanfare we heard a while ago heralded the arrival of the Honorable Minister of Defense, Major General Bashir Sali Magashi retired, and the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Honorable Muhammad Musa Bello. You are welcome, sir. It is still the arrival of dignitaries here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. May I also recognize the presence of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, who doubles as the Chairman, Central Planning Committee of this historic Nigeria's Democracy Day celebration for year 2022, Mr. Boss Mustafa. You're welcome, sir. May I also recognize the presence of the Controller General of Correction, Nasaru Nababa, MNI, represented by SN Nwakuche, MNI. You're welcome, sir. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we await the arrival of more dignitaries, may we take a brief look at the horses on parade this morning. And there are 3 horses on parade today, and these are GMB, Yahaya, and Usman. The GMB is the #1 Guards Brigade parade horse, and it is mounted by the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Salim Yusuf Hassan, the commanding officer, 7 Guards Battalion. GMB is a white parade horse. It has a weight of 800 kilograms, and it is 8.4 feet in height. GMB was donated to Guards Brigade Stable by His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, in 2015. It was named GMB as a mark of recognition and appreciation to Mr. President. GMB has been used for several parades. GMB has also been used for the weekly routine change of Guards Parade at the Presidential Villa. GMB has always performed excellently in all ceremonial and national parades. Next is Yahaya. Yahaya is a white parade horse of Sudanese and Nigerian breed. It has a weight of 700 kilograms and it is 7.2 feet in height. It was named Yahaya as a mark of recognition to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya's continuous support to Guards Brigade. Yahaya is mounted by the parade second in command, Lieutenant Commander Olatubosu Anthony. Yahaya was used for the Independence Day celebration year 2021, and Yahaya's performance during that parade was exceptional. And the last but not the least is the white parade horse weighing 650 kilograms, and it is 6.9 feet in height, named Usman. The horse is named after the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Mohammed Takuti Usman, and it is mounted by the parade adjutant, squadron leader Galadima Buratai. The horse has taken part in several ceremonial parades, most notable amongst which include the weekly change of Guards Parade at the Presidential Villa. Distinguished guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, it is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation. As we anticipate the arrival of more dignitaries, may I kindly call on the mass band to keep us entertained. The band, please. venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. Any moment from now, we shall be expecting the arrival of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, His Lordship, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and this is announcing the arrival of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, His Lordship Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, CFR, just being received by the Commander Guards Brigade. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the fanfare we just listened to heralded the arrival of the Chief Justice of Nigeria, His Lordship, Justice Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad, CFR. Your Lordship, you're heartily welcome. It is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. At this moment, permit me to recognize the presence of royal fathers who have come to witness this very historic moment in the annals of our great nation, Nigeria. May I recognize the presence of His Royal Majesty, Alhaji Dr. Adamu Baba Yunusa, owner of Baji, and Chairman Council of Chiefs, FCT Abuja, Chancellor of Federal University of Wukari, Taraba State, Pro-Chancellor University of Technology, Abaji. May I also recognize the presence of His Royal Highness Alhaji Dr. Shaban Mizai, the Etsu of Kwali. May I also recognize the presence of His Royal Highness Abdulaziz Usman Ibrahim Etsumi Wako. You're most welcome, Your Royal Highnesses. Distinguished guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, it is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. In a short while from now, we shall be expecting the arrival of the Senate President and the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives. As we anticipate the arrival, may I please once more call on the mass band to keep us entertained. The band, please. Lordship, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Honorable Ministers, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, and the Inspector General Police, distinguished guests, this is announcing the arrival of the Senate President and the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives. Just being received there by the Commander Guards Brigade. Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. The fanfare we just listened to heralded the arrival of the Senate President, distinguished Senator Ahmad Lawan, and the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. You're welcome, Your Excellencies. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation. And today marks yet another milestone in the history of our dear country, Nigeria, as we are here to witness this auspicious occasion, the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation. As we await the arrival of more dignitaries, kindly permit me to give a brief history of democracy in Nigeria. Nigeria's Democracy Day is a public holiday to commemorate the restoration of democracy in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. 29 May was initially the official Democracy Day in Nigeria, marking when the newly elected president, Olusegun Obasanjo, took office as the president of Nigeria in 1999, ending multiple decades of military rule that began in 1966 and had been interrupted only by a brief period of democracy from 1979 to 1983. On 6 June 2018, 8 days after 29 May 2018 had been celebrated as Democracy Day, the President Buhari-led federal government of Nigeria declared 12 June to be the new Democracy Day. This was done to commemorate the democratic election of late MKO Abiola on 12 June 1993, in what has been adjudged to be Nigeria's freest and fairest elections. It was, however, annulled by the General Ibrahim Babangida administration, and today we are all here to witness this celebration. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is still dignitaries' arrival here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation. This is a special announcement. I have been directed to inform all that you can receive your COVID-19 vaccination at the COVID-19 vaccination point here at the Eagle Square for those yet to be given. The 3 doses are available: the first dose, second dose, and the booster dose. In a short while from now, we shall be anticipating the arrival of the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. As we anticipate his arrival, permit me at this point to pass over the microphone to my co-commentator, Major Paul Abara, retired. Major Paul Abara.
Thank you very much, Captain Godfrey Abakwa. Dignitaries' arrival unfolding at the Eagle Square, Abuja, where ceremonies climaxing the 2022 Democracy Day Parade is taking place. It is a presidential parade, and the officers and guards are already on parade, and of course dignitaries are arriving sequentially. At this juncture, I want to recognize the presence in our midst this morning of a former president, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. Your Excellency, you're heartily welcome, sir. We also want to recognize the presence in our midst this moment of the Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Abdullahi Adamu. Excellency, you're heartily welcome, sir. Band, some more musical, brief musical interlude, please, while we expect the arrival of His Excellency the Vice President. And please, when we announce the arrival of His Excellency the Vice President, we are all please expected to rise wherever we are sitting, please, within the Eagle Square. And when the band renders the national salute, we are all, the officers and warrant officers are please expected to salute, while every other person is standing. Please, rise and please. Thank you. Band, brief musical interlude, please. Thank you. Please, Your Excellencies, climaxing the dignitary's arrival for this very unique occasion of the 2022 Democracy Day Presidential Parade at the Eagle Square will be the arrival of the very special guest of honor, the reviewing officer, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic. And please, when we announce his arrival in absolute deference to his most exalted offices and his very distinguished personnel, please, we are all please expected to rise wherever we are sitting within the Eagle Square. And officers, warrant officers, you please salute when the national anthem is rendered. Thank you, and happy viewing. Meanwhile, please, we are expecting the distinguished Senate President, the Right Honorable Speaker, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Honorable Minister of Defense, Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, the National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defense Staff, Service Chiefs, the Chief of Army Staff, Chief of the Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, the Inspector General of Police, the Doyen of the Diplomatic Corps, the Chairman of the APC, and His Excellency, the Secretary to Mr. President, to please line up for the reception of His Excellency, Mr. President. Thank you. While expecting the arrival of Mr. President, we'll take a quick look at a brief history of the mounted troops. The mounted troops was established in July 1961. Mounted Presidential Guard troops being provided by the Nigeria Police are responsible for the provision of full ceremonial escort on horses for Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, and other visiting presidents from other countries. The mounted troops is being commanded by Assistant Superintendent of Police Emmanuel Gimba. We also have the brief of the bagpipers. Talking about the Guards Brigade bagpipers, the employment of bagpipers dates back to 1907 in Scotland, when it was played to honor Her Royal Majesty, the Queen of England. The piper was introduced into the Nigerian Army by Major General H.M. Zarma, retired, the then commandant of the foremost and prestigious Nigerian Defense Academy in 2007. Today, on parade, we have the Guards Brigade bagpipers, which was introduced to Guards Brigade by the then Commander Guards Brigade, Major General B.M. Mongunu, now the National Security Advisor, in 2009, but commissioned and launched by the former Guards Brigade Commander, Major General M.S. Yusuf, in 2015. Furthermore, the regalia used by the bagpipers was of Scottish origin, but with the approval of the Army headquarters, the uniform was redesigned and changed under the directive of the current sitting Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Mohammed Takuti Usman. The green trousers as seen, depicts the green vegetation of our nation, great nation Nigeria, and the red top depicts the Nigerian army. Since then, the Guards Brigade bagpipers have been used during national and presidential ceremonial parades to usher in the president and the visiting presidents to Nigeria on state visits. The Guards Brigade bagpipers is being commanded by Major Michael Abayomi Toriola. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're still expecting the arrival of the very, very, very special guest of honor, the Reviewing Officer, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. While expecting his arrival, please band some scintillating rendition, please, while we expect his arrival. Thank you. Seasonedness, training, and expertise in whatever one does. We can see that. We can see this other one. We can see them. It simply goes to signal the intonation of His Excellency Mr. President. It is British Arrival climaxing here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, where the presidential parade marking the 2022 Democracy Day parade is that's expected. The siren blaring, and of course to the far left of the state box, please, once again, please, with all due respect and a very deep sense of reverence, the moment we announce the arrival of the very special guest of honor and he alights from the presidential limousine, wherever you are sitting within the Eagle Square, please, we rise in deference to his most exalted offices and his very distinguished personnel, please. Thank you. He is the #1 citizen as we speak. Thank you. We can see the protocol officer light there, indicating that special guest of honor is close by. We want to thank the Most High for clement weather and journey mercies. Band, brief rendition, please, while we expect the arrival of Mr. President, please. When we say we'll let you know, please, band, keep the place busy, please. Thank you. bagpipers sandwiching the presidential limousine, inching steadily towards the state box and the presidential days, preparatory to the commencement of activities in earnest. Please, once again, the moment we announce the arrival of Mr. President, please, his dignifying offices and his very, very dignifying persona, we are expected to rise, please. You can see the bagpipers moving with the presidential limousine, inching steadily towards the saluting days. Very, very, very unique. And this is announcing the arrival of the very special guest of honor, the reviewing officer, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, just been received there by the Commander Guards Brigade. He now steps forward to exchange presidential pleasantries with the dignitaries on parade. His Excellency, the Vice President, is on official trip. There we have this distinguished Senate President, the Right Honorable Speaker, His Lordship the Chief Justice, the Honorable Minister of Defense, Federal Capital Territory, National Security Advisor, the Chief of Defense Staff, Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Naval Staff, Chief of Air Staff, Inspector General of Police, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, and of course, the Chairman APC and the Chief of Staff to Mr. President. Please, can we all rise if you are still sitting, please? Thank you. The national salute that heralded the arrival of the very special guest of honor, the reviewing officer, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, over the parade commander now inches towards the saluting days on the mounted horse to give the state of the officers and guards on parade and of course the essence of today's ceremony to Mr. President and to very diligently request Mr. President to review the parade. We'll hear that shortly.
Members of the armed forces and Nigerian police on parade, ready for your inspection, Your Excellency.
Very distinct, unambiguous, from the parade commander who doubles as the commander of 7 Guards Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel S.Y. Hazard. Now, His Excellency, the special guest of honor, will be accompanied on this inspection by the Commander Guards Brigade, Brigadier General Mohammed Takuti Usman. Happy viewing, Your Excellencies. And while the special guest of honor embarks on this inspection of the officers and guards, we want to take a quick look at the resume of the special guest of honor. The special guest of honor and reviewing officer for this historic year of 2022 Democracy Day Anniversary Parade is His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari. He was born on 17 December 1942 in Daura, Katsina State. He had his early education in Katsina before joining the Nigerian Army as an officer cadet in October 1963. He had his military training in Kaduna, Nigeria, Great Britain, India, and the United States of America. In the course of his meritorious military and political career, he was appointed military governor of Northeastern State, now Borno State, in 1975. He also served as a federal commissioner for petroleum resources in 1976. The reviewing officer was appointed military secretary, Supreme Military Headquarters in 1977, chairman, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation in 1978. Head of State, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces Federal Republic of Nigeria between December 1983 and August 1985. The special guest of honor had undergone so many military career trainings, amongst which are not limited to military training school, Kaduna 1963, Officer Cadet School, Al-Mashor, United Kingdom, October 1963. Platoon Commander's Course, Nigerian Military College, Kaduna 1964. Mechanical Transport Officers Course, Army Mechanical Transport School, Berlin, United Kingdom 1965. Defense Services Staff College, Wellington, India 1973. United States Army War College between 1979 and 1980. After a successful military career in the Armed Forces of Nigeria, he was appointed Executive Chairman of the Petroleum Trust Fund, PTF, between 1995 and 1999. In 2003, he ran for the office of the President and did not succeed. On the 3rd, he contested again in 2 more presidential elections in 2007 and 2011, no success. As a man of determination, driven by his commitment to serve this great mission, he contested again in 2015 presidential election, where he emerged victorious and was inaugurated as a democratically elected president on 29 May 2015. After a successful 4-year tenure in office, President Muhammadu Buhari was re-elected for a second tenure in office on 23rd February 2019. Today he's here as a special guest of honor and reviewing officer for this historic Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. And this is expected to be the calling off point. We have to say a very big congratulations to Mr. President. At this juncture, Your Excellencies, very senior military officers, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take a brief look into the Democracy Day broadcast by the very special guest of honor, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, both in honor of the acclaimed winner of the June 12, 1993 presidential election, His Excellency Basharu Moshood Kashimawo Olawale, popularly known as MKO Abiola, GCFR, of blessed memory, and the right way forward for our great nation, Nigeria. All said, true loving Nigerian citizens, friends, and lovers of Nigeria the world over expectedly, most heartily, and most warmly congratulate the special guest of honor, reviewing officer, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, for his most mature and unbiased disposition on the stance of June 12, 1993, Nigerian presidential election that was adjudged the freest in the evolving annals of our great nation, Nigeria. And in spite of the debacle that dismayed the entire exercise and the almost 25 years disquiet between June 12, 1993 and June 12, 2018, the special guest of honor as the sitting president and commander-in-chief very magnanimously and shrewdly showed a keen wit and revisited the episode and the annulment based on providence, the help and care of the Most High. He acclaimed the acclaimed winner of June 12, 1993 election, His Excellency M.K. Abiola GCFR, was visibly and most profoundly honored by not only recognizing his victory in that election, he was decorated with the highest national honor of the Grand Commander of the Order of the Federal Republic, GCFR. Also equally important and worth mentioning, the celebration of our great nation's Democracy Day that hitherto held on 29th May of every year was moved to June 12. This is what we are celebrating today nationwide. This is quite commendable and depicts a broad-based placement of national issues irrespective of ethnic affiliation, religious coloration, and social affinity. Quite commendable, Your Excellency, sir. We plead and pray most fervently that the Most High takes absolute control as we move towards 2023. Democracy, as the very special guest of honor, reviewing officer, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic said in his Democracy Day nationwide broadcast, is an ideal that must be preserved and protected. Thank you, Excellencies, for listening. The very, very, very special guest of honor, the reviewing officer, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. The inspection over. Shortly, we expect the parade commander to mount his horse dignifyingly and to seek presidential permission to carry on with the rest of the parade. We are going to hear that shortly. Once again, happy viewing, Your Excellencies.
May I have your permission to carry on with the rest of the parade, Your Excellency?
Once again, very, very distinctly requested there, very, very cautiously by the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel S.Y. Hassan, who doubles as the commander of 7 Guards Battalion, and presidential permission has been given telepathically. Shortly, we're going to see the officers and guards on parade commence the preparation towards the commencement in earnest of the march past in slow and quick time. Once again, happy viewing, Your Excellencies. Your Excellencies, most distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, orders very, very distinctly dished out there by the parade commander, and that gives the commencement to the march past in slow and quick time towards the saluting days. This is the preamble. It's a forerunner to the march past in slow and quick time in earnest. Now, the march towards the saluting days, where the special guest of honor is to carry out three symbolic signals. Symbolic, telepathic transfers, no talking, no exchange of words. Now the first has to do with military tradition. If a subordinate has to embark on any occasion, any mission, he has to seek the permission of his boss. Now we are going to witness shortly the swords and gun salute. Presidentially, we'll witness that shortly. That will be the first symbol. Very, very symbolic. Next time. It is telepathically sought. No talking, no exchange of words, but it's been done. And of course, the third symbolic thing there is to enable the very special guest of honor see at close range the usually impeccable turnout of the officers and guards. That is Guards Brigade standard. Impeccable turnout. Please, may we rise at the state box, please, as the special guest of honor inches towards the state box, please. Thank you. His Excellency, President Commander-in-Chief, Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR. Thank you. Please, standing on existing protocol. Now, the march past in slow and quick time in earnest commences. We can see the guards, the color party and the officers marching first in slow time. Please, once again, we want to remind our distinguished guests, wherever you are seated within the Eagle Square, when the colors on parade pass by your sitting position, when the colors on parade pass by your sitting position momentarily, please rise in deference in honor of the colors. Momentarily, could be 10, it could be 15, it could be 20 seconds. As it passes by your sitting position, rise in honor of the colors on parade. And please, officers, warrant officers in uniform should please salute. Please, once again, happy New Year, Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Godfrey Abakwa, can you take the mic from there? Captain Abakwa, please.
Thank you very much, Major Paul Abar, retired. Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, most distinguished invited guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. It is events unfolding here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. At the moment, what we are witnessing is the march past in slow time by the various guards on parade this morning. And as earlier announced, we have 6 guards on parade. We have the number 1, 2, and 3 guard being provided by the Nigerian Army. And they are closely followed by the full complement of regimentation, that is the color party. And the colors on parade this morning are the national color, the Nigerian Army regimental color, the Navy color, and the Air Force color, being carried by commissioned officers known as ensigns to the colors. Behind the color party, we have the number 4 guard provided by the Nigerian Navy, and they are closely followed by the number 5 guard being provided by the Nigerian Air Force. And the last guard, of course, for today's occasion is the number 6 guard provided by the Nigeria Police. We shall now take a look at the various guards and sub-guard commanders for today's occasion. The number 1 guard is commanded by Major Yauza Adamu Rabiu. The right sub-guard commander is Captain Jamil Man Issa, and the left sub-guard commander is Captain Abiodo Babatunde Jimo. Marching closely behind the number 1 guard is the number 2 guard, which is commanded by Major Tijani Omezi Yusuf. And the right sub-guard commander is Captain Mohammed Sheikh Ibrahim. And the left sub-guard commander is Captain Idokwese Marcus Ekon. Closely marching behind the number 2 guard is the number 3 guard, which is commanded by female officers. The guard commander is Major Christiana Oluwatoyosi Odukoya. And the right sub-guard commander is Captain Amina Ibrahim Shankar, while the left sub-guard commander is Captain Lydia Temitayo Obanga. Closely following the number 3 guard is the color party. As earlier mentioned, there are 4 colors on parade today, and these colors are carried by commissioned officers known as ensigns to the colors. The ensign to the national color is Captain Chizi Success Nnamdi. The ensign to the regimental color of the army is Captain Jafar Gejere Mohammed. And the ensign to the naval regimental color is Navy Lieutenant Bashir Adamu, while the ensign to the regimental colors of the Air Force is Flight Lieutenant Olarewaju David Ade Ajayi. Marching closely behind the color party is the number 4 guard, which is being commanded by all female officers, just like we have in the number 3 guard. This is done in accordance with the Geneva Convention for Gender Equality, where women are being given a pride of place in the society, and the armed forces are also not left behind. The number 4 guard is commanded by Lieutenant Commander Veronica Inyen Efyon. The right sub-guard commander is Navy Lieutenant Mercy Amarachi Atai, and the left sub-guard commander is Navy Lieutenant Elizabeth Joshua Raymond. Directly behind the number 4 guard is the number 5 guard, commanded by Squadron Leader Owore Unity Akube. The right sub-guard commander is Flight Lieutenant Michael Usika Basi, and the left sub-guard commander is Flight Lieutenant Bashir Toma Bello. The last guard is the number 6 guard, which is commanded by Superintendent of Police Ibrahim Al-Basu. The right sub-guard commander is Deputy Superintendent of Police Saleh Umar Magama, and the left sub-guard commander is Deputy Superintendent of Police Shaibu Suleiman Gado. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I please once again request that when the color party marches towards your sitting position, you are all expected to rise as a mark of respect, while officers and warrant officers in uniform are to salute. It is still events unfolding here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. And taking you back to the happenings on the parade ground, at the moment, the mass band who are standing on the center circle of the parade ground at the moment is commanded by Major Michael Ayobami Toriola of the Nigerian Army. And of course, he's assisted by Lieutenant Commander Ekioma Francis Kalu of the Nigerian Navy and Squadron Leader Amos Adeyinka Olubide of the Nigerian Air Force, and Deputy Superintendent of Police Abdul Rasak Mohammed. So we please take a moment to look at the parade horses, and there are 3 horses on parade today. These horses are GMB, Yahaya, and Usman. GMB is the number 1 Guards Brigade parade horse, and it is mounted by the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel Salim Yusuf Hassan, commanding officer 7 Guards Battalion. GMB is a white parade horse, and it has a weight of 800 kilograms, and it is 8.4 feet in height. GMB was donated to Guards Brigade Stable by His Excellency, the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, in 2015. It was named GMB as a mark of recognition and appreciation to Mr. President. GMB has been used for several parades. GMB has also been used for the weekly routine change of guards parade at the Presidential Villa. He has always performed excellently in all ceremonial and national parades. Next is Yahaya. Yahaya is a white parade horse of Sudanese and Nigerian breed. It has a weight of 700 kilograms, and it is 7.2 feet in height. It was named Yahaya as a mark of recognition to the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya's continuous support to Guards Brigade. Yahaya is mounted by the parade second in command, Lieutenant Commander Olatunbosu Anthony. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as the color party approaches the state box, you are all expected to rise as a mark of respect, while officers and warrant officers in uniform are to salute. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, the still event unfolding here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria. And what we are witnessing at the moment is the various guards marching in slow time, having paid their compliment to the special guest of honor. In a short while from now, we'll transition from slow time to quick time. And that transition is one aspect of the parade of this magnitude that will be thrilling most of our viewers both at home and in the various stands here. And I'm very sure everybody will be looking forward to that moment, and we'll witness that shortly. Transition, the various guards will take turns to march around the parade ground once again to pay compliment to the special guest of honor, to show their unalloyed loyalty to the exalted office of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, with the number one guard leading, another guards following suit in ascending order. And as earlier mentioned, we have the number 1, 2, and 3 guards being provided by the Nigerian Army, and they are closely followed by the full complement of regimentation, the color party, comprising of the national color, the Nigerian Army color, the Navy color, and the Air Force color carried by commissioned officers known as ensigns to the colors. And behind the color party, we have the number 4 guard provided by the Nigerian Navy, and they are closely followed by the number 5 guard provided by the Nigerian Air Force. And the last guard, of course, for today's occasion is the number 6 guard being provided by the Nigeria Police. A quick reminder once again that when the color party reaches your stand, you are all expected to rise as a mark of respect, while officers and warrant officers in uniform are to salute. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, happy viewing. color party marches across the saluting days. Thank you. May please take your seat. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been events unfolding here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. Earlier, we witnessed the commencement of the march past in slow time, and it dovetailed to the quick time after all the guards paid their compliment to the special guest of honor. In a short while from now, would revert back to their position and come to halt by numbers, beginning with the number one guard, and other guards following suit in ascending order. And we'll witness that shortly. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please happy viewing. All to commemorate the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. Thank you very much. Invited guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the military and police march past in slow and quick time, the next event we'll be witnessing any moment from now is the combat march display by the Nigerian Army Women Corps. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, established in March 2018 by the then Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, as part of his effort to celebrate the International Women's Day and in accordance with the Universal Declaration by United Nations General Assembly on 10 December 1948 and Article 1 of the United Nations Charter for Gender Equality. The Nigerian Army Women Corps is the first women corps in West Africa. The vision of the Corps is to provide competent female officers and soldiers poised to take effective action in support of all Nigerian Army operational engagements, while the mission is to train professionally responsive female officers and soldiers that can be deployed to support Nigerian Army's operational engagements and other commitments within and outside the country. The Corps has 2 operational battalions, 1 Women's Special Operations Battalion and 2 Women's Special Operations Battalion located at Giri, Abuja, and Abakileke in Ebonyi State, respectively. Taking into cognizance the capacity and competence of female soldiers in the Army, as well as taking advantage of the large female population resources, it therefore suffices to say that the importance of the Nigerian Army Women Corps cannot be overemphasized. In his word, the Corps will give the Nigerian Army an opportunity to recognize women in order to derive the maximum benefit from their contribution to the defense and security of our great nation. Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we interest you to know that the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat March Platoon is being commanded by Lieutenant Vera Jacob. Lieutenant Vera Jacob was born in 1999 and hails from Nasarawa State of Nigeria. The Soldiers' Creed recited there by the Nigerian Army Women Corps. Compliment being paid there by the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat March Platoon to the Special Guest of Honor and the Reviewing Officer for this historic occasion. Permission has been sought by the commander of the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat March Platoon and graciously granted by His Excellency, the Reviewing Officer for today's occasion. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please a round of applause for the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat March Platoon, commanded by Lieutenant Vera Jacob. Thank you very much. As you can see also at the background as well that there are bike riders, and this may interest you to know that those bike riders are also female soldiers who have been adequately trained in the art of bike riding and have been used in numerous operations within the country. Today, the Women Corps is here to participate and be counted as the integration of women fully into the Army at all levels is also international best practices. The roles and responsibilities of the Corps are derived from its objectives, which are to formulate policies related to the service of women in the Nigerian Army, train and develop Nigerian female soldiers in the art of command and leadership, maintain records of female personnel in the Nigerian Army, initiate training proposals and deployment of female personnel, and train female personnel for internal security operations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it may interest you to know that the Nigerian Army Women Corps have been participating in various military operations, especially the internal security operations within the country. These operations, however, have met with so many accolades in both the civil and military circles. Notable among these operations were the deployment of one Women's Special Operations Battalion along Kaduna-Abuja Highway under the Defense Headquarters Operation Thunder Strike. The two Women's Special Operations Battalion is currently engaged on escort duties as well as other internal security operations as directed by the appropriate superior authority. Additionally, the Women Corps are participating in civil military cooperation activities in their various areas of responsibilities. Troops also participate in Operation Safe Conduct between March and April 2020. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, compliment being paid once again to the special guest of honor by the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat March Platoon. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please another round of applause for the Nigerian Army Women Corps Combat Platoon led by Lieutenant Vera Jacob. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the special guest of honor, most distinguished invited guests, very senior officers, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of the combat march display by the Nigerian Army Women Corps, next on our program of event is a combined silent drill display by the Armed Forces and the police. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, advancing squarely and brazenly into this historic arena is the Armed Forces and Police Silent Drill Platoon. The platoon consists of 41 personnel. The Nigerian Army has 26, Navy 5, Air Force 5, and the police with 5 representatives respectively. And this is done in line with the Chief of Army Staff's vision, which is a professional Nigerian army ready to accomplish assigned missions within a joint environment in the defense of Nigeria. Platoon to the special guest of honor and the reviewing officer for this historic occasion before the commencement of their display. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, it may interest you to know that the combined silent drill comprising of the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Nigeria Police display is being introduced for the first time in the history of any national parade, which makes it unique and very interesting. The silent drill platoon is to exemplify the discipline, professionalism, and synergy that coexist among the armed forces and the Nigeria Police. The silent drill is a variant of drill that invokes complex marching sequences, which usually deviate from drill used in the course of ordinary parade. As you can see, the concurrent movement of rifles and troops shows the state of readiness of troops and proficiency in arms when the need arises. It also shows the ability of troops to take in rest as one shoulders, another hold arms in the most disciplined manner. There you have it, breaking into different segments there and transition from slow time to quick time, all happening concurrently with everyone knowing what to do at every point in time. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for the combined silent drill platoon. And there we have it, the freezing posture being adopted there by the combined silent drill platoon, all to show their discipline and professionalism. And here we have the extended line formation being adopted here by the combined silent drill platoon. Here we are going to witness a lot of body and rifle synchronization all happening concurrently. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, happy viewing.
Okay, no wonder.
This is your first time saying this?
No wonder.
So if I do for you, you'll tell me what. do this for you.
Our own, they will not. They change. But this is, they're not doing it because it's in corporate.
There we have it, compliments paid once again to the special guest of honor by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please another round of applause for the Combined Silent Drill Platoon, a show of professionalism and higher level of discipline being exhibited there. It may interest you to know that the excellent performance by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon you are witnessing at the moment was instilled by the very disciplined and highly capable and regimental Guards Brigade drill instructors under the guidance of the Guards Brigade Regimental Sergeant Major, RSM for short, Master Warrant Officer Sanusi Mohammed. Breaking down into various sequences signifies the ability of troops to work around the clock to keep the territorial integrity of our great nation, Nigeria. And also changing formation shows the resilient and dynamic nature of troops to adapt to the changing circumstances in the contemporary situation we find ourselves as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, it may interest you to know that the armed forces of Nigeria and the Nigeria police has been faced with a lot of challenges, but has always performed its constitutional roles in keeping our great nation, Nigeria, as you can witness at the moment. Very excellent performance being displayed here by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon, comprising of the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, and the Nigeria Police. guests, ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing at the moment is a group photograph posture adopted there by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon. Please, another round of applause for that beautiful group photograph posture adopted there by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon. And there we have it, compliment paid once again to the special guest of honor at the end of the Combined Silent Drill Platoon display. And today, as we celebrate our democracy, it is no better time than this to remind ourselves of the importance of the unity in our diversity. Together, we can achieve a lot. A round of applause once again for the thrilling display by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon as they exit the arena of display. Thank you very much.
This dance is another.
I will video that one.
This one's another question. Yes, record it. No, please combine. You will like it. Record your phone, you love it.
Your Excellency is most distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of that thrilling performance by the Combined Silent Drill Platoon, the next event on our program is Democracy Day Playlet. The play is centered on the unity and harmony of the land up until certain persons in the community decide to claim ownership of the land. Different persons from the 6 geopolitical zones come up with their own produce and what they are best known for in order to claim the land belongs to them. And the eldest woman in the land will be seen settling the dispute as she admonishes citizens of the community to put hands and efforts together to grow the community. At the end, peace and unity is restored to the land as the citizens will go back in love, exchanging all their produce. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, happy viewing.
There's nothing you can do. This land belongs to me. You lie. How will you come to here? The land belongs to us. Read it out. You come at 2 you can't survive. You lie. Nothing you can do. We have to look at this land. Look at this land. Even this Aboki and Aboki are talking. The land belongs to us. The land belongs to us. I will take it. I'm in charge of this. You are for it. There's nothing. Oh, there's nothing. Let Mama speak.
What is happening, my children? What is the problem here?
Wait! You want to come out? One at a time. You, speak.
Hey, thank you very much. Mama, Mama, this land is ours now, eh? Because we are the greatest in trade and commerce, leaving the economic growth of this land in our hands. Mama, tell me now, how will this land progress without a good economy?
That's not true. Mama, Ekaso, we are the largest producers of cocoa, which is a huge source of economic growth in this land. What are you saying? The success of this land depends on our crude oil. So we own this land. How, Mama? Who say, Mama, I greet you, Wallahi. I and my people, we own the cattle of this land. And Wallahi Tallahi, without my Nama and my Nunu, all of you here will not be looking at me.
Shut up your mouth. Sanu Mama. They cannot survive without us. Because even the clothes they are wearing were produced by cotton made from me and my people. Excuse me, please. Agife Mama. You all are here claiming possession, forgetting that our region produces the largest crop in this land. Tell me, how will you survive without our yam? How will you survive without our yam? My children, you have exercised your right to speak. And on behalf of all your parents, I have listened. You are all correct about your claims, yes? But let me ask you, can a horse run on 3 legs?
The existence of this land is dependent on all those things you have mentioned. And if you think carefully, you need each other for the land to thrive.
Mama!
Hey, my daughter. Mama, you say you are good with.
Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, is still event unfolding here at the Eagle Square, Abuja, Nigeria, venue for the Democracy Day celebration of our great nation, Nigeria. At the end of that very energetic performance by the cultural troupe, next on our program of event is a combined mass band display. This performance by the mass band is one that seeks to emphasize the essence of this year's Democracy Day celebration of our great country, Nigeria. This display will showcase the mass band marching forward to form one love, which symbolizes unity. And as earlier announced, the mass band comprises personnel of the Armed Forces and the Nigeria Police, and is commanded by Major Michael Ayobami Toriola of the Nigerian Army. Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, the formation you are witnessing at the moment by the combined mass band is inspired by the song One Love, composed by the legendary Nigerian musician Onyeka Onwenu. A classic hit back then in the late 80s and early 90s when it was released. One Love was loved by all and still cherished till this day by music lovers all over the country. Today indeed is a day to remind ourselves of the lyrics of this beautiful song, written by a patriotic Nigerian, as we celebrate our democracy. It is a clarion call to all Nigerians to continue to support the system and ensure we become a nation that is indivisible despite our heterogeneous disposition. And this can only be achieved through love. Together we can succeed and achieve greater success as a nation. Only through love. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Please, a round of applause for the mass band for that beautiful formation there. One Love, inspired by the legendary musician Onyeka Onwenu. The combined silent drill display by the armed forces and the police, after which we witnessed the Democracy Day playlets and a cultural troop display showcasing Nigeria moving forward from the 6 geopolitical zones. At the moment, we just finished watching the formation, a beautiful formation created by the mass band. And after that beautiful formation by the mass band, they will be joined by the combined silent drill and the cultural troop in what will be the climax of today's performance, and they will be advancing once again to create yet another beautiful formation, which will be emphasizing the essence of today's celebration, that is Nigeria's democracy at 23, indicating the age of Nigeria's democracy since the year 1999. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, please, happy viewing. Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is yet another beautiful formation adopted here by the mass band, the silent drill platoon, and the cultural troop. We have Nigeria, democracy at 23. Nigeria's democracy at 23. Unity, faith, peace, and progress. Please, a round of applause for that beautiful formation there. I believe those watching from their screens at home will appreciate this formation better. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Most distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what you are witnessing at the moment is a group photograph posture being adopted here by the mass band, the silent drill platoon, and the cultural troop. At this juncture, may I crave the indulgence of the Commander Guards Brigade to respectfully invite the special guest of honor for the group photograph. At this point, may I hand over the microphone to my co-commentator, Major Paul Abara, retired. Major
Yes,
Paul
thank
Abara,
you.
sir.
Please, the Chief State Protocol Officer should also invite Their Excellencies, former President, Head of State of our country, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, GCFR, former Vice President, His Excellency Babagana Kingibe, please, GCON, the distinguished Senate President, the Right Honorable Speaker of the House of Representatives, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, the Chairman of the APC, please, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, please, to accompany Mr. President in this photograph with the actors, please, active band men and the cultural troops. It's been very exciting, shows deep training by the instructors and the handlers of the cultural troops. What I was saying, I said, I told you those people will go before the president. It's off. The group photograph over with the special guest of honor. Next will be the signing of the anniversary register by the very special guest of honor, the Universal President Commander-in-Chief, and the dignitaries. Please witness the signing, please. Dignitaries who were with him at the group photograph with the bandmen and the cultural troops. Signing of the anniversary register. The entire program has been very, very exciting, entertaining, exhilarating. The officers and guards on parade, the mass band, the women soldiers, of course, the cultural troops. We must commend the instructors and the handlers of the various groups. It's been exciting, really entertaining. What a while of the special guest of honor and the dignitaries in the Eagle Square this day. Next will be the marching in review order, one of the three exciting moments of any presidential parade of this magnitude. First, usually, is the breaking from slow march to quick time, and of course, the individual guard halting, and next will be the advancing in review order by the officers and guards. We're going to witness that shortly. It's been a long time tradition in the military based on training, serious training, and of course concentration. We'll see that shortly.
No. I just request. You know, below us. Well done. Yeah, thank you.
Once again, we will all be expected to rise wherever we are seated. Officers, warrant officers in uniform should please salute. Thank you. After the three hearty cheers and the national salute, the parade commander, Lieutenant Colonel S.Y. Hassan, who doubles as the CO7 Guards Battalion, now marches forward on the mounted horse to diligently seek the presidential permission of Mr. President to march up the colors and the rest of the parade, thus bringing us to the end of this epoch-making, unique occasion of the 222 Democracy Day Parade. We'll see that shortly. Permission very diligently sought there and presidential given by the very special guest of honor, reviewing officer, President Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, thus bringing us to the end of this unique milestone in the evolving annals of our great nation, Nigeria, the presidential parade marking Democracy Day 2022. All too soon, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the presidential parade and other entertainments lined up to elaborately celebrate the 2022 Democracy Day. On behalf of the Executive Chairman of the Executive Planning Committee, who doubles as the Secretary to Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, executive members of his committee, the officers and personnel of the Nigerian Armed Forces and the police, and indeed all peace-loving Nigerians, we wish to say a very big thank you to Your Excellencies, most distinguished guests, invited guests from far and near, for honoring our invitation with your very honored presence. We are greatly honored, and this is wishing one and all journey mercies, God's love and care. We thank him for the clement weather and a smooth sail through. Now your anchors have been Captain Godfrey Anebi Abakwa, the Assistant Director of Public Relations, Guards Brigade, Flight Lieutenant John Jeremiah Hebben of the Headquarters Camp, Nigeria Air Force, Abuja, and yours sincerely, Major Paul S. Abara, retired, formerly of the Directorate of Army Public Relations, Nigerian Army. Thank you and God bless. Wish you one and all journey mercies. God bless. Adieu. Au revoir. We meet again this time next year, God willing. Thank you.
March on the colors!
Please, dignitaries, to clear the way for the special guest of honor and the other
To
very
the colors!
high dignitaries to take their exit before we start moving, please. Please, decorum, decoration, and please, let's see this done by way of ascending order, please. Thank you.
Venga. Please carry that camera. Oh, carry that camera. Come and use your camera and do this thing for Gloria before we go. Your ENG camera. Quickly come and use it for Gloria before you go. Ma bọ̀ wá fún ẹni ká ní MCA beg. Kò sí káàdì inú ẹ̀ ṣé ó fẹ́ lọ fi rìkọ́ọ̀dù òfurufú ní Àkúrẹ́ ni. Are you still on Razak? You don't finish now. Which one be on Razak? I beg, cut that one. I beg. Which people? There's nothing to pray. Which in court of I need to use Razak. There's nothing to do again here, please. Razak, go down. Go down, bring back that camera. Bring back that camera. Look for card here.